Hey, what's up, people? This is Solo 69. I'm just sitting on my back porch, smoking a cigar, getting some air, watching the grass and the trees and thinking. And I got to thinking about the book of Revelation and the Gospel of John for some reason. And I got to thinking about when it came down to the Gospel of John, how Jesus said that, they spoke of Jesus in the scriptures. But once Jesus walked, no one believed Jesus. The lands got divided. It was followers and it was people who looked at him like he was blasphemous or of blasphemy. And it's funny how people will speak up something knowing it because it's in the scriptures, knowing it because it's prophetic messages that's coming through. But when the message comes into physical form, then it's treated a whole nother way. It's criticized and crucified, downplayed, and little shit like that. And so it was one of those moments where I was like, it's amazing how people speak something up because they don't know of it, because it's unseen. It's in the scriptures or in the prophetic messages. But once it becomes in the physical, it's like the Four of Cups. Once it's handed to them, it's not what they want. It's not what they thought it was going to be. It's not what they expected it. So they didn't want nothing to do with it. So it got pushed away. Arms get folded to the shit. That type of shit. So pretty much, it's that energy like, why even bother if no one believes, It was a passage on there where he said, you ain't of my sheep, you don't hear my voice. That song, they say you are my sheep, why aren't you following me? That shit right there type shit. But that's that stuff that life put on people anyway. The unexpected, expected type shit. You see that shit coming from a mile away. But sometimes, even though you see it coming, it still hit you like a brick when it get there. Because it's like you don't move out the way. Or even when you move out the way, it's meant still to be felt. But it's meant to be felt for a reason. Not to bring a person down, but to make a person grow. What don't kill you can't do nothing but make you stronger if you get your ass up and deal, So, yeah, I understand all those factors. It's a difference, though, when you're imprisonated or trapped and it may seem like you're free. You know what I mean? It may look that way, but it don't be what it look like all the time. Shit can be deceiving, for real. And then, it took me to just that shit can be deceiving part. It took me to the book of Revelation, right? It took me to that bride and that groom part, the New Jerusalem and shit like that. And it just made me think about destiny and fate. It made me think about, the choices that we make in life. And when we're put on certain spiritual paths to follow, you gotta walk certain walks in life anyway to learn. You can't get up on no pulpit or no pedestal and act and talk like you done been through it all if you haven't even allowed yourself to go through it all. Touch down on at least more than one of the aspects that could be considered a deadly sin anyway. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's easy to prejudge what you don't know, especially, and even if you don't walk the walk and talk the talk, the walk is different. The talk is different. The lands are different. You don't know what the next person really deals with. So it's kind of like, that part. But with that bride and that groom and the destiny and that fate shit, and then the Bible, if you really look at the Bible on the outskirts, you would look at it like a fairy tale story, some messages, lessons here and there, life teaching moments and little stuff like that. You got your signs that's coming in from the heavens that's letting you know about your astrology and all of that, you know. I represent calculating all the religious books. I feel like they need to be complemented and added together and put into one. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like they complement each other. I've had a dream about the devil's book. I've seen it in my dreams. I've even gotten stuff out of it in my dreams. So I've seen it, and it's way, way, way bigger than the Bible, the Holy Bible. It's way bigger than the Holy Bible, which led me to believe that the reason why it's so much conflict on religion is because it's so separated. Because look at the Bible, the Holy Bible, compared to the devil's book, yo. And then I turned around like years later after that dream, because I had that dream when I was pregnant with my daughter. But years later to watch the History Channel and then see the Codex pop up, and that motherfucker was looking just like the book, goddamn me, in my dream. And I remember the 2 words that I woke up with out of my dream. I'm not going to speak about them. I might do that another time. But it's like, you know, I just know that the devil's book hasn't been divided. His book is still all set in stone. And it's together. And yes, I do believe there's 2 books. I believe it's a book for the good and a book for the bad. And, you know, God's book has been shattered, separated, just like his people has been shattered and separated. You know, and it's conflict within the religion of that book and all of that good stuff, because it's conflict within the people. Duh. That shit is just, it is what it is. So, you know, it's like this bride and this groom shit. In the Bible, you know, it makes it look like Jesus gonna return. You know, I'm not trying to speak outside on no bullshit. So bear with me when I'm talking, because I just speak my own layman terms. I have no sugarcoating and no future in my front. I try to speak with in a layman position where, you know, it don't seem like it's disrespecting and shit, but I'm just me. But, you know, they make it look like, you know, Jesus gonna come down from the sky. You know what I'm saying? The clouds gonna open up and all this shit gonna happen. You know, and then the world is the bride. And, you know, Jesus coming down because he the groom, and, you know, all of that. But all this, you know, it's such a mix-up in this jack, because, and I'm pretty sure that there's some people that done figured this out other than me. You know, but, you know, you got a situation here where you're really dealing with masculine and feminine energies here. You're really dealing with yin and yang energies here. This shit is real. And, you know, you're really dealing with divine beings here. And see, all of this energy, these waves, this stuff that's going on, all of this that's happening out here based on the twin flame connections, the karmics fighting and battling, trying to, you know, keep shit apart. And the New World Order, and then the New Jerusalem. It's a fate and it's a destiny to everything. And, you know, if we don't follow our destinies, we can be trapped in our fates, period. You know, we have only 2 ways to go when we in this world, and once we get on our spiritual path, we can't look back. And if we look back, we follow our fate. We go into that pillar of salt, right? But if we look forward and keep on with our destiny, we go into our prize, into our New Jerusalem. And so, you know, those twin flame moments and stuff that's been going around and everything, that's the bride and the groom. They coming together. Because you got to bring these twin flame unions in together. You know what I mean? In order to make the world a better place, in order to make that drastic change become for a better cause and shit like that. So shit can start having light come down on it instead of all this darkness that's hiding and act with this fake ass LCD light. And it's with that, it's a war. It's a real spiritual war here. But that, you got to understand the aspects of this spiritual war, because this is not no ordinary shit. This is a spiritual war where you got people who know their souls. The body, the vehicle, is not knowing what the soul already knows and what it is supposed to do. It has a mission in this world. And, sometimes the light switch don't come on when other people want it to come on for you. It comes on when God say, it's time. And so, when he cut the switch on for you, when God turned the switch on for you, there is nothing you can do about turning it off except ignoring the light. And when you ignore the light, you're destined for your fate, right? That's you stuck in your own shit. Now, you got situations where you don't ignore the light, but yet people are trying to keep you from shining. People are trying to keep you from relaying the message. People are trying to make you seem like you are everything that you are not, just so the message won't be clear type shit, And it's workers all over this place. It's good ones and it's bad ones, and it's always converters. It's always people who convert over. You gotta understand, this shit is a trip. And sheep hiding around, without motherfucking wool, because all the people done peeled, all the wolves done peeled it off, and they walking around pretending to be sheep. Shit, these sheep a little malnourished. These sheep going through it. The real sheep, you got your come ups and your fall downs. That's life. That's just life, period. But that bride and that groom coming together, like I say, New World Order versus New Jerusalem. This real. And I'm not a religious person, no. I'm very spiritual. Yes, I do believe in my one and only Father God. You know what I mean? I'm not a big, person that know how to sit up and talk like I'm all super, super holy and shit. I don't play around with it like that. I'm very serious with it with myself, and I don't have it in me to try to pretend to the next person that I'm something that I'm not. I just don't got time for this shit or the energy. I am who I am, period. But I can say that some of these karmics seem like they trying to win. The battles are real. And yeah, they going by any means necessary to get to the motherfucking bottom of this shit without losing. And so, I'm in for the fight. I'm not giving up. My shit ain't doing nothing but showing me that I'm on the right track. And we all got enemies. That's the whole key of walking in this world. We walking in the shadow of the valley of death, right? This shit ain't what it is. This is like I Am Legend, but in a prettier way, a prettier thing about being it, because you don't see the dark clouds and the people walking around looking all crazy and shit like the world done just got hit by a big bomb. It don't have to look like that to be living in it. We living in a world of zombified, dumbass people who feel like they got to do and say certain shit to stay up on their shit. That's negative. Clouding the mind frame with negativity, you know, and ain't no justice with that. And it's that's for anything. So, like, all this karmic shit that's going on, and I got to say it because it's truth. All these twin flames ain't acting right. So it does, you know, if they not acting right, don't fuck with them. I'm personally not seeking. Me personally, I could be wrong, but I don't even believe my twin flame is on this earth. If so, I feel like I may have already became one with my twin flame in another union within myself. I don't look for my twin. Because I feel like if my twin would be here, I'm trying to follow my path to you know, my spiritual path the way I'm supposed to follow it. I feel like if my twin is here, I'm gonna see them along the way. So I'm not really stressing about this shit at all. I actually don't have no interest in no type of relationships at all, because shit, people bogus as fuck, full of lies. Motherfuckers will sit there and try to tell you everything in the world to convince you to get on their team, when really they know they full of shit. They know they just want to bring you down. They know they just want to use you or whatever. My body to me is sacred. My body to me is the only temple I have. I have to kiss my kids too on top of that. I love kissing my kids. So I ain't got time to be dealing with nobody's, you know, shenanigans when it come down to any type of trying to lure me, reel me in, hook me, or whatever to the bullshit. I'm a little mean bitch. I don't mean no harm, but I can get a little devious with my attitude, because I'll tell you to fuck off. I ain't got it in me. I'm very feminine, but I'm also very masculine. I'm in tune with me, period. I don't owe nobody no explanation, but I love speaking in detail. That's just how I am. We got to fight this fight. We got to stay strong through the fight, because we all we got when the time come down to war. This is wartime, and this shit is unseen. But it's happening right in our faces. If you look closely, you can see the smiles, you can see the crooked looks, you can see it on them. The demons are stepping outside of their faces. You can see it. Period. You can hear it in their words, how they talk, the messages that they try to give. You know, be encouraging, especially if you're on the right team, right? Stay encouraging. Make sure that you are patting on the back, not kicking in the back. You know what I mean? It's a difference. It is. Watch it. The Illuminati you know, I can't speak about that shit, because me personally, I don't know too much about it. I did my research years ago, been doing that type of shit for years, but, you know, what comes naturally to a person versus what they research. Look at that big ass eagle. Oh wow, I wonder if I can catch it. Can I catch it? Nah, it's hot. Wow. Let me see if I can catch that thing. Damn, where it go? There it go. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it. Come on, show up. It's hiding behind my big ass tree. But basically, see, oh my God, this really on some swervy, funny acting shit. I'm trying to show this eagle. It's flying away. That's bogus. Oh well, if it come back, it would have been nice to see it in the open space, but maybe that was a message for me. You know what I'm saying? But that was a big ass, beautiful eagle. I've been seeing a lot of birds, lately. Strange birds. Birds that don't even seem like they should even be out here in this area at all. But I do know that birds have wings and wings do fly. So shit, it is what it is. But, basically what I was saying though is, we got to stick together, man. And because, like I said, I don't know too much about that Illuminati stuff like that. I did my research and everything, but it's still more I got to learn. But it's also natural things in me that have been bestowed on me that I don't understand about me, which, so it lets me know that gifts are still waking up, and I got to learn them. I got to learn my shit. It ain't nothing wrong with that. I got plenty of time for that in my life. I just want to help others with what I can, And what I'm saying right here is that, don't get tricked by these karmics. Don't get tricked by these motherfuckers with these cruel intentions. Make sure you follow your instincts well and listen to them. For real. Make sure you listening to your ancestors because they are around y'all and they trying to help. For real. You do got negative motherfucking ancestors too. Ward that shit off. In the name of Jesus. Let that shit go. Move it. Because we got the power to remove that type of energy when it come down to it. But we can't stop crazy motherfuckers, dumb motherfuckers, silly motherfuckers, childish mind motherfuckers from doing what they do. I can't stop no motherfucker. You see my yard? You see a fence around it? That back there, way back there, that's a creek. Other than that, my yard is open. It's open. So basically what I'm saying, that's a fence to the next house over there. So, when I stepped outside, that motherfucker was in the middle coming up to my shit. You know what I'm saying? I ran him off. But, of course I'm going to watch my premises after a motherfucker. Of course I'm not going to get no sleep. Of course I'm going to be restless when a motherfucker trying to break in my shit. You know what I'm saying? Period. Who ain't gonna be when they in there with their kids? Come on, man. Let's keep this shit real and stop making jokes out of shit that's not funny. Look. Y'all, it's not a game. That motherfucker really floating around me. It's what's up. It's beautiful, though. It's floating around me. Last night, that's a big ass bee. Look at this bee. Okay. Last night, there was a bird singing real loud. I had pulled a card really out of my animal tarot, and it was a nightingale, and I kind of was like, huh. But then I laid down in my living room instead of my bed, and I started hearing this bird. And it was so loud, it caught my attention. It made me get up and look out my window. And it was sitting on my mailbox. And I watched it. And it did it, I was a little restless last night. So, I'm really kind of watching my premises, my home. I'm on alert. I can't help but be. The shit that's happening around my shit. Gotta be careful. But I don't fool with folks. I don't get in people's business. I stand down. I stay in my own fucking lane. I got my own problems, my family, my own personal family to worry about when it come down, because it's just me and my kids. You know what I'm saying? So, and I only got 2. So, shit. I gotta make sure they that's all I got. I gotta make sure my lineage go on one way or another. I'm saying I'm keeping mine protected by all means. So if that means that I gotta stay up for days at a time, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. Because I'm not gonna let nothing fail over here. In the name of Jesus, they got me fucked up. How about that? So when they can't win, the attack is real. And, they can send shit spiritually. It can go back. They can have that shit. I don't mind being a small person. I've been little all my life. Period. And, you know, let me just speak about my little message real quick. Because if anybody see that and think something, I don't do any drugs. I smoke weed. And honestly, I done slacked up on that so much, I really can't even call that much like that no more. I don't do drugs. I don't pop pills. I done had my moments. But even with my moments, shit, a little pill here or there didn't hurt. That was way back in the motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? But all that other shit, tooting powder, sniffing, you know, smoking crack, shooting up something. I'm scared of needles. I gotta watch when I get stuck with a needle. I can't get stuck where I can't see it. I don't play like, I don't like shit. I guess you can call me skittish or scary when it come down to that. You got to hold me down for that type of shit. I don't like getting poked and punctured on. So even if it's me, I don't play that. So like, you know, I already feel like I'm small enough. I don't need to add on to that shit. For what? I'm just one of those naturally small people. But right now, when it's like for some reason, I'm going to break this down again. For some reason, when I leave this state, the further I move from state to state away from this state, I gain weight. I lose the urge of the weed smoke. You know what I'm saying? When I get back in this state, the weight immediately starts to drop. I still have the same appetite. At one point, my appetite got so bad though, my throat closed up. You know, I got that shit. I found out I had H. pylori. I was having all these symptoms and shit, but that was because, and I had been had it since I was a child, because my daddy was feeding me out the dumpster. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was eating dirty ass food, period. This was when I was a kid. I didn't have no fucking choice. I had to live with that and suffer those consequences on my own. I got it fixed eventually when I found out. I had been going to be seen at the hospital, the doctor, the diagnostic center for years. You know what I mean? They couldn't find anything wrong with me. The shit became a game while I was going in there. To them, it really was fun. I'm on some bullshit because I know that I'm just wasting my time, but I'm going to let them do what they do. Putting me on different medicines and stuff because I had symptoms of things. But yet, out of those symptoms of things, nothing was wrong. There was nothing showing up in my blood work. You know what I mean? So, they just would let me try out the little medicines. I got tired of feeling like somebody's fucking rablet. You know, I got tired of feeling like they really just, you know, y'all really don't know what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all just testing this shit on me. Y'all, you know, that's why I don't fuck around with none of that test shit and stuff like that, because I feel like they not really accurate. They don't know. They trying. So I could have passed away because they was giving me drugs that they didn't know if it would work or not. At the end of the day, I backed off of that shit because, for one, I ain't no pill popping animal. I don't do that shit. I barely drink. If I do, I sip some wine here or there. And shit, I went through a phase where I couldn't even do that because the Holy Spirit wouldn't allow me to. It was too many messages that I needed to keep a clear mind about. Trust me when I say that I'm up on my shit. But it's something fucked up going on around me. And no matter how much because I got away many a times. But for some reason, I get sabotaged by the same people to come back. And my husband plays a big part in that shit. He is in cahoots with this shit. Somehow, some way. You know, it's a bunch of cowardly motherfuckers. And I say dudes because I haven't seen no females step the fuck up. I already know it's men. And yes, it's like, it's not men that I fooled with or had relationships other than my husband. He was my husband. Duh. But I haven't slept around and all of that extra shit. I don't do that shit. I stay to myself. Real talk. I ain't got no reason to lie to no fucking body. I don't owe y'all shit. Period. My honesty is within me, and when I hang that up, That's all I got. I ain't finna sit here and lie to myself just to please the next motherfucker. I don't owe it to nobody. But yeah. So it's natural shit going on. That's why I know it's got to be more than spiritual. It's on some real live spiritual shit. Because if I wouldn't feel like I do if I know that I was out to fuck people over, if I had bad intentions, if I wish this motherfucker like this, or I'm a real hater on somebody else's shit. I smile at other people's success, and I've actually helped a lot of people become successful, but they kick me the fuck down. So I've learned my lesson on that shit too. I almost feel like I'm an energy thing, like they take energy off of me or something, like almost like a motherfucker need me to stay in a place so they can pull off of me, because that's what I get. I don't understand why I can step to people around here. That's why I've learned not to step to no fucking body around here, because I've learned that they full of shit. But this world is full of shit. But out of all that little shit, all that shit that's in the world, it's some pearls up in this bitch too. So, it is what it is. And all I know is this is real life, man. And shit, I don't expect nobody in this world to give me no motherfucking helping hand. Like, once again, I never looked for that. Now, advice, opinionates, that's fine. I take and leave as I choose. But, really, once again, me getting that message off of me, and I'm not done. I got a lot of venting to do. And I'd be damned if I go pay a motherfucking counselor all that money just to sit with them for an hour. And I know how I talk. I'll be there all fucking day. They'll be rich fucking with me. I ain't got time for it. So I'm not finna waste my time with people like that. I'd rather talk to y'all. Why? Because I can ignore this shit if I want to. I can overlook it if I want to, but I'm still getting this shit off of my chest. I'm still releasing it off of me. I'm not concerned about the opinions of how nobody feel, if you think this about me, think that about me. If you think it's too lame, or you think, because at the end of the day, my life is my life, y'all life is y'all life. We all go through shit. This is just my story. You know what I'm saying? Shit. What's yours? What's your story? We all got one. But why criticize somebody for exploring theirs? So them going back in time to their shit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We need to do that from time, especially when we're going through these great awakenings. These are great awakenings. And sometimes we're forced back so we can know what we're awakening to and why. And have a better understanding of the shit. We can't just... that's why memories are memories. That's why they're locked there for a reason, so you can fucking remember. It's not so you can just act like the shit happened and then go on and keep pushing. That's why we got issues and shit. So I'm just facing my shit. Some people can't do that. And they got to badmouth other people that's doing it because they not able to. Or... I don't know how to put it, but it really don't matter to me. I just know that it's a lot of karmic fights in this world. And the soul knows what the vehicle don't know. So when it's attacks and shit like that that's happening, and sometimes a person don't even realize they doing that shit, that's because their soul already know. Their soul is very keen to what the fuck is going on. And sometimes you need to check your soul, I'm going to let this go and get my ass back in the house. I got work to do. I was just breezing for a minute and, getting my thoughts together. But it just be a lot of, blasphemy, a lot of, like I say, a person to speak on something because it's written in the scripture. A person to speak on something because it's prophetic. They got a prophetic message. But if something stands in the physical, it's treated like shit because it's unbelieved. It's treated unbelieved. You know, everybody ain't looking for no motherfucking clout. If that was the case, I would have stopped viewing, I would have stopped recording my motherfucking messages when I realized that in the first week. I'm not patient. So what I realized in the first week, I wasn't getting no views. My shit would have been gone. And matter of fact, it's not my first YouTube page. I had plenty of them. I just kept myself real quiet and sacred because what the fuck I need to be out there for like that. I was doing readings on those channels too. And I had other subscribers, a lot of them. God told me to remove those pages. So I did. He said he had something else for me. So I said, okay. It took me a minute because I was in my feelings. Because I didn't want to, I had built a nice base. So why would I want to remove that? I was given the messages, But God said, I want you to do, he wanted me to do something different, man. And I listen. When I'm told to do something, I listen. Period. And that's what I'm doing now. So, y'all take it easy. This is Solo 69 signing out. Y'all have a blessed day.